So far in the Oldham Athletic Youth Academy career mode, things have gone way better than expected. After getting rid of all of the real players and bringing in fresh new talent from our own youth academy and the free agents, we were expecting to be in for a relegation fight. But instead, we built a mega team led by our goal-scoring machine Nick Holland and won promotion to League One at the first time of asking. But now we face a whole new challenge. Can this squad keep us in League One? Or will new faces come in and disrupt the dynamic that we have built amongst this team? This is Season 2 of the Oldham Athletic Youth Academy career mode. It is Season 2 of the Oldham Youth Academy career mode here on FC26, and we have a lot to get through before we start off this brand new season. First and foremost, the mods are up and running. We have the live editor in action now, and part of the reason why it's taken so long for this episode to come out is the fact that I have been doing the admin for this season, and also the fact I've been ill. But we'll gloss over that. First and foremost, our youth scouts. We have 3 brand new youth scouts. Names you might recognise if you've been on the channel before. 3 players from our Port Vale squad in FC25. The Champions League winner, Jude Robinson. He scored the goal in the Champions League final that won us the match. Another player to come through the Port Vale Youth Academy, Nicholas Vega, becoming our player of the season for the final 2 seasons running. And finally, the man who kept the goal for the majority of the series and one of the best goalkeepers I've ever had, Mualo Kamwana. And I'm sure that he will find us some beasts. The way scouting's going to work this season is a bit different to last season, because now what I can do is send these scouts out, get a report from them all, and then just send them out again. So instead of every 3 months, I'm going to do it every month. I could just do a load of reports on one day if I wanted, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it somewhat realistic, and I'm going to fulfill more comments in one season. Now, I seem to have had a lot of comments asking me to scout Greece, so I'm going to, in this episode, fulfill most of them. So Jude Robinson's going to spend 2 months in Greece. First of all, we're going to search for left back, centre back, right back from Greece. Nicholas Vega is going to be heading back to South America, but not to his home country. He's going to be heading to Brazil instead, and he is going to be going out and searching for a left back, centre mid, striker, and a right winger. A nice mix of options there. And then finally, almost poetically, Mualo Kamwana is going to go and search for a goalkeeper, and he is going to find that goalkeeper in Honduras. Next order of business is the transfer list. Antel Pataki, Mark Duggan, Boonam Kamlang, Gijs van de Pol, and Robin Postma. This is just to trim down the squad a little bit, and also because we are overloaded in those positions already. Boonam Kamlang has a lot of potential. However, because we already have Boonam Fingal, I'm going to sell Boonam Kamlang. In between seasons, this is where all the admins come in, I have altered potentials of players based on their performances last season. It's as simple as that. I have got a system in place for it, but it does involve a lot of maths. So I've kind of done their potentials based off their average rating, but then I've got to take into account how many matches they played. For example, I can't remember who it was, but there was a player who had an average match rating of 8 because he got an 8 rating in 1 game. So I've got to take the number of matches into account, and then I've also, for example, Nick Holland, I've upped his potential more because he got top scorer, top assisters got a rating increase, potential increase, and then generally, if I feel like they've done well, they've also had a potential increase. But then I've also got multipliers, so if their potential's lower, I increase it by more than if it's higher, and then I also have to let dynamic potential do its thing as well, and see if any players need it, and a bit of insight into it as well, just to show you how ridiculous dynamic potential can be. James Bond's potential went up from 83 to 93. I didn't touch it. I did not touch it. That's dynamic potential on its own. I like to be upfront and transparent with you guys, and that's why I'm telling you now that I am editing potentials myself. I want the game to do it as naturally as possible, but sometimes the game doesn't reward good performances. I'm going to give you a small example. Nick Holland's potential was 64. I have very much upped that significantly. I've not gone overboard. I've not given him 99 potential. I've got nowhere near the 90s. But if he keeps performing in the way he does, then his potential will keep rising, either from me or from dynamic potential. And also doing this means we can utilise the youth academy a lot more rather than having to look for free agents. So we've got 3 real players left in our squad: Tom Pett, Donovan Daniels and Jamie Robson. I'm just going to release all 3. They're the only 3 real players left. Another thing we've got for this season is brand new kits. This is what the home kit is looking like. The shade of blue is the same shade of blue that was on the previous kit as far as I'm aware, but then I've added a bit of a pattern to the front and it does look a little bit darker, but it gives it a bit of texture. And then the away kit, I've gone with the orange because Oldham's 3 colours seem to be blue, white and orange, so I've gone with an orange away kit. 2 just simple nice kits which hopefully you guys like. I've not gone too crazy with them. My style of creating kits is basically trying to keep true to the club and also keep the manufacturer that they use. So at the moment they have Puma kits, so I've used Puma kits, I've used Puma templates as well, because at the end of the day they're still a League One club. They're not going to have some outlandish, ridiculous bespoke kit. I'm not saying the kits aren't bespoke. I mean, I'm a Port Vale fan and we get bespoke kits from Puma, and I signed up to a whole last pre-season tournament to just show you that. A pre-season tournament I did not need to sign up to in the slightest. So let's just skip through that. Congratulations on winning the European International Cup. I think that's the first time I've ever won a pre-season tournament. So all the players I had on the transfer list have now been sold. We have also put some players on the loan list. We are still a bit deep in terms of positions, so like centre mid for example. So we're sending out some of the higher potential players in those positions. So Paratosh Magar for the left wing, Alexandra Pinto for centre mid. They don't have massive potentials, but they do have high enough potentials that I don't want them just sitting in the reserves. I want a core squad, and also we've got to make room for people coming in the youth scout reports, which we have now, and this is the first one from Greece, and oh my days, hello Orestes Giannakos. 79 to 94 potential, 49 to 65 overall, yes please. We have been blessed in Brazil. We have these 3 players right here: Andre Santana, Anderson Leite and João Henrique Reis, all going to get called up to the first team. Santana is a CDM, Anderson Leite is a cam, and Reis is a right winger. And we've got 2 goalkeepers here in Honduras who are quite different to each other. Thomas Osorio's got the potential, 74 to 94, and is 6'1", but Santiago Villa has the height, 6'7". Check their overalls, they are both 56 overall, so we're going to call them both up. And what I've done is called Santiago Villa up to the first team so we can preserve Osorio's potential for now. Some of the players are already growing, by the way. I mean, I know I put the growth on higher or faster or whatever, but some of them are growing. Frankie Woodhouse is someone whose potential I upped because his potential was in fact 61, and he has already gone up by 1 to 61. We will send the scouts back out after this first match of the season away at Peterborough. So Peterborough playing a 5-2-3 with the most narrow back 5 I think I've ever seen in my life. Certainly a very interesting decision to say the least. They're playing a tactical preset of standard, and this is the squad that we are going out with. It's the squad that you know very, very well. Peterborough versus Oldham Athletic. Look at James Bond! That's the kit I've not shown you yet. There has been an update to the game, again, since the last episode, the 1.13 update, which has apparently improved the AI, so I haven't changed the sliders either, and already these sliders feel very, very bad. So we're going to have to deal with it for this one game, and then I think what I might do is try out the authentic sliders again and just see what happens as Collins is through, and that's a great save from James Bond, but it's going to drop for Abraham Odo, and he's going to make it 1-0 to Peterborough straight away. Just look at him in his tux. It looks so good. Where's the game type? I'm changing it to authentic. It's also not saved my CPU sliders, which is great. So I'm going to put them on tactical as well. Like, we will most likely be fighting relegation this season. If we're not, I will be surprised. Here's Frankie Woodhouse. He's done really well to get around the defender there. Frankie Woodhouse, saved by Alex Bass. But it's Esteban Abeledo who is there to mop up. And just like Peterborough's goal, we've scored off a rebound from a save. Esteban Abeledo is our first goal scorer in League One. He did really well to get on the end of that, because if he didn't, the defender would have easily got that away. What an awful replay angle that is, by the way. Collins playing it through. Here's Odo, who is the danger man for Peterborough, but he's giving it away to a Champong. Maybe a counter-attack for us, possibly? Maybe? Not sure. Abelardo with the pace. He's found Frankie Woodhouse. Woodhouse turns his defender. Matthijs Mulder's got all the space in the world to run into here. Matthijs Mulder hits the crossbar. Nick Holland's made a great run here. Abelardo's seen it and played the ball through. It's Nick Holland for 2-1. And once again, it's a goal off a rebound from a save. But it doesn't matter. Oldham have turned the game around. It's 2-1. And it is that man. It's always that man. Nick Holland. Lovely run from Holland, seen by Abelardo. His first shot wasn't great, and to be honest with you, the keeper nearly saved his second one as well. Odo, good touch from him. It's Collins giving it to Leonard. Leonard to Garbett. Peterborough just playing it around at the moment, trying to find some space. They found out on the wing with Hayes. Hayes gets the cross in, and Collins, I don't know how he managed that. Mills, that's a great ball through. Odo, our defence can't deal with him, he's too quick. It's Mills back to Odo again. Why did Mills not have a shot there? Here's Odo, and James Bond to the rescue. Had a one by Ben Knight, but it's only out as far as Mills for Peterborough. Leonard to Wallin. Wallin to Hayes. Oh, it's Odo, the danger man. He should have probably turned inside there. Hayes back to Odo, inside Leonard. We've just taken him out. Oh, he's not given a penalty for that. James Bond is the hero once again, and he's taking all the plaudits there. We took Leonard out after he took that shot. James Bond made a superb save, but look in the background at Muhlenbelt taking Leonard's legs away from him. One more corner to deal with. Oh my God, Hughes nearly got the equaliser for him in the 5th minute of 2 added on. He didn't get it. Caleb Butler's Oldham Athletic win their first match in League One. So we're sending the scouts out again. Jude Robinson, as I said before, is going to go back to Greece, and we're going to be searching for a CDM, centre mid and centre attacking mid. Nicholas Vega is going to be heading to France to also look for a CDM, a centre attacking mid, but also a striker on top of that. And Mualo Kamwane is going to be heading out to South America. I'm surprised this counts as South America, but he's going to Trinidad and Tobago. No positions have been specified, so I get to pick these. Centre back, centre mid, right wing, left wing. Why not? Anyways, we have our first home game of the League One season coming up here with Northampton at home. They are playing a 4-5-1 flat. Elliot List is a menace up front, and if they don't fancy pace up front, they've got Tom Eaves on the bench. They're playing possession-based football. Santiago Vila makes his debut in the goal, and there's a few other changes around the pitch as well. Oldham Athletic against Northampton Town. Excuse me, their head coach is John Carver. Isn't he supposed to be the best manager the Premier League's ever had?
I still think I'm the best coach in the Premier League.
I really like the way this home kit looks. And I'm not saying that just because I created it. But obviously when I create the kits, I don't see them on the pitch like this until I've actually created it and modded it into the game. So you kind of have to get it bang on first try. Or you're going to be sitting here for hours trying to make sure a kit looks okay. Here's Forner for Northampton, playing it into Shaw, inside for Elliot List. And Vila can't make the save, and List has put Northampton 1-0 up. Oh, Holland's done brilliantly. But he has got about 45 defenders on him now. Plays it to Lawrence. Lang hits the crossbar. Can't get the rebound. Here's Paulino. Holland's making a run through. Can he get there before the defender? He could. He had to take the shot on first time, and it went over in the end. Edwards has done well there. It's, oh my days, look at him go. I've not even got the skill slider turned up because this is normal AI sliders. Here is Shaw, Hancock tackles. That was lovely from Edwards there. He's obviously got a bit of skill about him. And now we come forward. Lawrence Lang is in space here. Still got 3 defenders in front of him, but he's just going to burst past all of them because none of them want to tackle him, and Burge makes the save. God damn it. The AI here is showing me the exact reason why I move the sliders around. It feels just like the beginning of FC25, this does, when the AI would just simply pass it around. Their players would always have their back to you, and they don't really try and score unless they get in the position to do so. I mean, look, he's not going to cross it, is he? He's not going to cross it here, Hoskins, which is why I turn the crossing up. And then it's why I turn up the slider for them to dribble more and take more first-time passes. We lose 1-0 to Northampton. I mean, it was hard, don't get me wrong, but it also wasn't fun, and it's not great for content. So this is what I've changed the sliders to, literally just on the fly. Tackle aggression at 90, build up speed 75, shot frequency at 65, first touch pass frequency at 70, crossing frequency at 99 because they don't cross if you don't do that, dribble frequency at 75, skill move frequency at 80. Literally just done them on the fly, trying to remember what I normally do, etc, etc. In terms of my sliders for my players, I'm actually going to keep it on just the authentic. I think it's felt alright. Okay, Carabao Cup action. We are at home to Blackpool. We are simulating this match with the second team, and we lose. Not really much of a shock. We also simulated 2 more games through that period as well. We beat Walsall 2-1 and lost to Stevenage 2-1. Just had a message come through from James Bond saying that he thinks that Dennis Bosch, wow, I can't say his name right, Dennis Bosch deserves a start, as he's seen how much of an impact he's been having off the bench. Now, Dennis Bosch is up for loan. However, I will give him a start in this match, as after this match, he's probably going to be going out on loan. MK Dons are our next opponents, and they are playing a 4-3-3 holding. They currently sit in 12th place in the league after an indifferent start to the season. Now, the form, I don't know if it is broken. I mean, it's not because of mods, because I didn't have mods last time, but I can see the form in those white squares. We have 3 brand new faces in the squad for this match. Santana, who we've just signed on into our youth academy. We've called him up and we're going to start him here. And then 2 Haitians in the form of Jaden Carno and Nicolas Rousier. Both are going to be getting starts in this match. Now, Carno, I am training up to be a centre mid because we had too many wingers and he kind of has decent stats for a centre mid. This is a throwback because MK Dons are the first team that we played in this whole series. It is Oldham Athletic against MK Dons. Mendes Lang to Collins. Mendes Lang again. We get the tackle in. Can we come forward with it here? Esteban Abeledo has space to run into here. He's got support. He's got lots of support. Plays it in the middle. It's Carno! I can't believe it. It was Carno and Rousier who were queuing up to finish that off. And it's Carno! Laurent Carno is his name, not Jaden Carno. My apologies. Great run from Abeledo. Great spot as well. Carno stayed in the middle. No one picked him up, and that is a strike. Oh, MK Dons have done really well to get this through to Nathaniel Mendes Lang, and he strikes the outside of the post. Santana, who we've not really seen too much of yet. Carno, who we've seen plenty of, gets another shot on target. Well, Chainpong's brought that down brilliantly. He's powering through. Oh, Tete! So close to a second. Hepburn Murphy out wide to Collar. Collar inside. Hepburn Murphy. There is another striker inside if he wants him, and he finds him. That striker is Callum Patterson, and he equalises for MK Dons. 1-1. They don't deserve it. One more chance for us, maybe. Carno playing it out wide for Lawrence Lang. Lawrence Lang using his pace to try and get away from Wilson, and he can't do it. And that, I think, is going to end the game off. It is going to end the game off. It's a 1-1 draw with fellow promoted side MK Dons. In the end, having thought about it more and more, that is probably a fair result. Final match of this month sees us take on Mansfield Town away from home. It is going to be a simulated match, and it's going to be another win. Holland and Mulder with the goals. 2-1 win. Lovely jubbly. And to finish off this episode, Scout Reports. We've got 3 players here from Greece who are going to make it into the Youth Academy. Sander Niarchos, who is a CDM. He's 6'2", with a potential of 62 to 84 and a current overall of 48 to 64. We've got Aristides Korkizolu with a potential of 70 to 94, overall of 49 to 65. He is a cam and a centre mid, so we actually have one of all 3 positions here. So we've got these 4 players from France who are all going to make it into the Youth Academy squad. We've got Jonathan Lacombe, who is a CDM, Nabil Defresne, who is a right winger and also got decent overall on him as well, Amadou Garnier, a centre mid, and Eric Barr, who is a striker. And from Trinidad and Tobago, we have 2 more players to put into the squad. Right winger Vivian Davis, 69 to 93 potential, 52 to 70 overall, and CDM Andre Clark, 81 to 94 potential. That's very good potential to get straight from the off. In the next episode, we'll be sending the scouts out to more places, and we'll also get more scout reports back because we'll be doing more content. Because I am ending this episode here, and after the first month of the season, we find ourselves in 8th place with 10 points. Not a bad start to the season, is it, all things considered? Charlton are the team that currently lead the way, along with Plymouth. And at the bottom, in the bottom 4, we have Bradford, Walsall, Mansfield and Stockport. We have just called up a load more players to the first team as well. So welcome to the first team Yakovos Siamita, Amadou Garnier, Orestes Giannakos and Eric Barr. We're almost at the point now where if you're old enough, you're in the first team because the youth squad is getting pretty stacked. But that is it for this episode of the Oldham Youth Academy Career Mode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see more. And if you don't want to miss a video, hit that little bell somewhere near the subscribe button. You'll get a notification when I upload. And if you select all notifications, you'll get one every single upload. Until next time, thanks so much for watching and peace.